All right, everybody. Can everyone have a seat, please? Let's get started. All right. My name is Eric Chang. I'm Director of Aerial Imaging at DJI. We're so glad you could join us here at Treasure Island today for the first ever public DJI launch event. In 2006, DJI started with the dream of making even the most complex technology accessible to everybody. And since then, we've launched a series of products that have revolutionized creation, including flight controllers, aerial platforms, and handheld stabilizers. We started by designing the first commercial RC helicopter flight control, and very quickly moved into multi-rotor flight controllers, including NASA and the A2. At the time, remote-controlled flight was essentially limited to hobbyists, and DJI produced some of the most popular hobby kits available for building quadcopters and hexacopters. Professional multi-rotors in the Spreading Wings series followed very quickly. These are large, heavy-lift aerial platforms that are capable of carrying image-stabilized or large stabilized camera payloads using our ZenMuse gimbal technology. Now, ZenMuse gimbals incorporated high-torque brushless motors, allowing for unparalleled camera stabilization in the air. Just under 2 years ago, we released the Phantom flying camera. Now, this camera has taken the world by storm, and it really has enabled almost anyone to put a camera into the air. Most recently, we released the Ronin, an affordable handheld stabilizer for the film industry. Now, because of the enormous impact that DJI has had, we've been able to expand and are now over 2,800 employees worldwide from 20 in 2006. We are an international company with offices in China, Hong Kong, Japan, the United States, and Europe. And 2014 has been DJI's most successful year to date, and we continue to grow exponentially. This year, we opened new offices in San Francisco and in Rotterdam. This growth has made the Phantom and consumer drones in general an increasingly ubiquitous part of our culture. What was once a category only for small niche is now seen everywhere, from The Big Bang Theory to, most recently, South Park. So what does this growth really mean, and what is the impact on the world? Now, one area, of course, is in filmmaking and photography. As a photographer myself, I've always enjoyed capturing shots like this, although this wasn't captured by me. This was captured by our good friend here and now Randy J. Braun. But I always knew there was more to what might be possible. And what if you could unlock that third dimension of flight? And suddenly, shots like this become possible. Now, this picture was taken by Randy as well. You can see him on the kayak there. And he threw his Phantom into the air when he sensed that something was close to him. And this is what came out of the camera. So there was, in fact, something very close to him. This new technology has allowed us to tell stories in a completely different way. And photos like this, which were virtually impossible just a few years ago, are now almost commonplace. I mean, not exactly this photo, but the creators around the world have really embraced aerial imaging. Now, skypixel.com is a new website dedicated to the sharing of amazing imagery. It's the perfect place to share and see incredible content from creators around the world. And it's not just filmmakers and photographers who are benefiting. People across the world are doing things that are completely new from the air in a wide range of industries. They're creating compelling imagery about their businesses, and they're also exploring places that people have long not been able to go, like Chernobyl here on the right. They're also being used extensively in travel and tourism, and in wildlife monitoring and conservation. In more practical use, real estate agents are flying Phantoms and other aerial imaging platforms to get unique views of homes for sale, and archaeologists are using the bird's eye view to gain greater understanding of ancient cultures. And we're seeing 3D mapping, interactive surveying, and sports teams such as the ones at Stanford and UCLA are using DJI technology to train and to win. Dozens of industries are currently using DJI products for both creative and industrial pursuits. In particular, I'd like to point out two of our DJI creators in the audience, Dr. Sung-Fu Lee, who is researching the use of multicopters to provide wireless communication and connectivity in disaster areas, and Paul Braun with Taking Autism to the Sky, who is helping kids in the autism spectrum to gain a better understanding of their place in the world. All of these innovators have been using the platform as is, but that is about to change. What is possible now is only limited by the imagination. We're introducing the DJI SDK for Phantom. And we've spent years developing flight platforms and are now opening access to everybody to see what all of you can create. The mobile software development kit supports iOS and Android, and developers are able to control a Phantom's camera for access to real-time video with full camera control. There's access to live telemetry, including GPS location, aircraft status, battery level, your speed, and more. Flight control has been opened up. You can control the Phantom in flight. You can upload and download waypoints and automatically take off and land. And for security, all of the communication between the Phantom and your mobile device is encrypted. And we're already seeing some amazing applications being developed by our early partners. Now I'd like to introduce Antoine Martin from Pix4D, who will talk about some of the things that they are doing with the SDK.
Thank you, Eric. I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to build on the ease of use of DJI's flying camera and integrate it with our platform. I'm excited to turn the Phantom into a mapping tool, thanks to the software development kit. Pix4D is enabling autonomous mapping. We have a software called Pix4D Mapper that turns thousands of images, regardless of which camera it used, which lens, which orientation, and we turn that into 2D maps and 3D models very accurately. Our professionals have safety standards and respect privacy, and the software works automatically. We already have thousands of users using drones to be able to acquire images all over the globe. And today alone, 1,965 projects were done using images from drones. There's a myriad of different sectors in need of models and measurement daily: construction and civil engineering, landfill and mining, first responders, agriculture. We enable the construction site manager to inspect, to measure, to collaborate on a design, or to look at a critical structural problem. We enable the farmer to only fertilize the right amount of nitrogen or to quickly react to insufficient water needs. And we enable the architect to draw, to plan, to save, and to preserve. This is how our application works. Can we have the video, please? Thank you. This is pretty amazing. Our software works offline on the desktop, but also online. And now through the SDK, through an app to ease the process of acquiring images. Now, it does require an active license of our software. You can download the app right now on the Android store and use it and start to map autonomously. And check out pix40.com because tomorrow and next week, we will have a webinar live and a tutorial on how to use your DJI Phantom to be able to make maps. I'm really excited to share this news with you today because mapping has never been so easy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Antoine. Well, we've had a few other early SDK partners, many of whom are in the audience today. I'd like to call some of them out. I'd like to commend Drone Deploy, Skyward, Bright Sky, PixiePath, and Field of View. If you see them in the audience, say hi for their vision and early work on the SDK for Phantom. More information about the SDK can be found at dev.dji.com. And now for something that is sure to make your imaginations soar.
People were meant to soar, born to climb.
How does it feel to fly both oceans, Miss Earhart?
The second we put both feet on the ground, we looked up to the clouds. Way up there.
We have submit and we have liftoff.
We won't be afraid to go higher or go farther.
All right. If that wasn't cool, I don't know what is. All right, we're really excited to introduce the DJI Inspire 1. The Inspire 1 combines professional functions and features with ease of use, putting our most advanced technology into one package. It breaks the barrier to entry of professional high-end aerial imaging and erases complexity from the equation. The DJI Inspire 1 has a revolutionary transforming design which provides an unobstructed 360-degree view for the integrated camera. In addition to transforming, it has a downward-facing optical flow stabilizer. Now what this allows is for the Inspire 1 to be completely stable and hold its position even without GPS signals. A completely redesigned propulsion system includes advanced motors and electronic speed controls and offers unparalleled flight performance. We've integrated LightBridge. Now this is our high bandwidth communication protocol which includes real-time high-definition video. A 6-cell battery gives 18 minutes of flight time and includes smart management. Now this includes individual cell monitoring and charge cycle logging. The camera was designed for use in professional applications. It shoots in 4K at multiple frame rates, including 24 and 30p. It takes 12 megapixel stills, supporting Adobe's DNG RAW format. It's a 1/2.3-inch CMOS sensor and includes a 94-degree wide-angle lens, which is rectilinear. It also includes a threaded filter mount for accessory filters like ND filters and polarizers. Of course, the Inspire 1 also includes a 3-axis gimbal for complete camera stabilization in flight, and it offers a full 360 degrees of freedom during rotation. The other thing that's very exciting is that our camera is modular. That means it's easy to replace and easy to upgrade in the future. The Inspire 1's remote controller is completely new. It offers physical buttons and dials for precise control of both the camera and the gimbal. And 2 controllers can be used simultaneously, with one controlling flight and the other controlling the camera. It includes a long life rechargeable battery to ensure that you're always ready to fly, and also includes USB and HDMI outputs, which means that tablets, phones, and high-definition monitors can be attached directly to the controller for video output and mobile application support. Our mobile apps have been redesigned as well. The DJI Pilot app is completely new, has been designed from the ground up. It features live high-definition view, which we just saw from the Inspire 1's camera. That was coming straight from the HDMI port on a controller over there in their station. Of course, it includes full telemetry access, so you can see position, distance, speed, altitude, battery status, and more. There's a satellite map overlay in the corner there. You can see it. It looks like a picture-in-picture display. Now, this can be toggled to full screen with a single tap and back, and it shows the Inspire 1's current position. It takes off and lands automatically. And it also has a feature called Dynamic Home Point. Now, Dynamic Home Point resets the home point of the Inspire 1 to the location of your smart device so that it always comes back to you even if you're on the move. The remote can also be customized via the app for different flying modes. And finally, the battery life indicator now shows even more information. It's fully dynamic and tells you how long it might take for you to get home. The Inspire 1 is $2,899 with one controller, $3,399 with 2 controllers, and extra remotes are $650 each. And now for a special treat. I'd like to bring on stage Adam Savage, Jamie Heineman from the show Mythbusters. They're here in the audience with us. You may know them as innovators who are always pushing for greater knowledge in the world around us, using the latest in technology and gadgetry. Please welcome Adam and Jamie. Hey guys.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming.
Hello. Thanks for bringing us out to show us some new toys.
Yeah, the ultimate new
Hi,
toys.
guys. We are not going to blow anything up today.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. So you guys have a lot of history with mechanical automation and robotics in your shows. Can you tell us what it is about robotics that fascinates you?
Well, you know, we pretty much put motors and remote controls on anything we can get our hands on. And it is basically an extension of our reach. And in particular, what we've done on the show with remote control allows us to do things that wouldn't be safe to do if we were actually there.
So we've used remote control devices that we've built both to deliver bullets to a campfire, to rescue unexploded grenades and take them to a safe location, and also just to be able to see what was going on where no other camera could give us a viewpoint.
Yeah, at this point, I think motorcycles, cars, boats, trucks.
Here we go.
Let's check this out.
Even buses.
This is a remote control bus we did to test the speed 50-mile-per-hour turn. Will it really make a difference if everyone in the bus moves over to one side? And it turned out to work, so we decided to look at a worst-case scenario, and that's what this is.
Is this one of your most memorable moments?
Yeah, see, I'm up there at the controls, and we're having a little problem.
Oh, right, yeah.
I didn't have any brakes, and so I just turned the thing on, and ran out the bus.
And we built a one-to-one steering rig off of the back of Jamie's pickup truck so that as I turn the steering wheel, I have direct one-to-one access to the bus. So we are currently losing 2 of the 3 control systems for the bus. All we have is steering now.
Run, Jamie, run.
Jamie better catch up before we lose the range.
Yeah, this makes a good point about the need for a point of view, like what you have in your drones. And you know, in our case, we have to actually try and line up right behind the bus so that, you know, like Adam, who's driving it, has a direct line of sight. Oh. There we go.
Yeah, all right.
And that's why you want to remote control something instead of actually being there.
Right.
I really wanted to drive that bus.
We did even put a roll cage in it, so we could have, but I'm not sure why we decided not to. But
I'll tell you after.
Okay. Now, are you guys using any flying cameras in your productions these days?
Absolutely. Yeah, our second cameraman, Duncan Clark, is an avid remote camera pilot and has custom built an octorotor that we've been using for much of the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's really, really upped the production value on the show. We have fly-ins that introduce, you know, the beginning of episodes. We did one, and some of the best footage I've ever seen from an aerial point of view was done not long ago at Pebble Beach, coming right along the coast, seeing the waves, and zooming right in on us as we were doing some funky stuff with golf.
Yeah, and up until then, you know, we've had helicopters that we've rented for Mythbusters, but that was always a $5,000 to $15,000 solution to getting a master shot for a big special. And now it's just part of our regular daily camera grab.
That's great. And we had you backstage playing around with this earlier. What are your thoughts about the Inspire 1?
It's sexy.
Yeah, it sure is.
I see the lust.
Well, you know, and it also points out, like, we were on this, like, what was it? We started using, or looking into using this type of camera platform. I think it would have
years
been
ago.
It was at least 5 or 6 years ago, and we brought people in that specialized in that, and it never quite worked out, because it took too long to set up. The controls weren't accurate enough, and we were like, well, it was a nice idea at the time, but then, you know, jump to years later, now all the kinds of improvements that these things have, the stabilization, the ease of use, the interface, the ability to, you know, the telemetry and all of that, it makes all the difference for actually being able to apply this in the real world.
Well, and also we've been watching our camera crew hack this stuff together. All of the solutions that are on board here has been stuff that our camera guys have been like, oh, okay, I got to get a new controller, I got to get a new video transmitter, I got to get a new this and that, and it's all here now. I mean, we've been watching it all the way from technology that doesn't work to technology that you have to stay absolutely on top of the cutting edge of what people are selling as component parts to technology that works out of the box.
Right, right. So, I mean, we see this kind of exponential curve we're on in terms of improvements, not only in this space, but sort of all consumer electronics and robotics. Where do you think this is going?
I, for one, welcome our new camera platform overlords.
Yeah.
You know, again, like Jamie said, for us, it's a tool for storytelling. And that's what we do on Mythbusters. We tell stories. That's our primary job. And the way that this has allowed us to widen what those stories are and give the audience a better sense of where we are physically in the space, what the safety issues are, why we're placed behind the mountain because of the amount of explosives we're using. It's not just the master shot that's really cute and really cool. It is also aiding and helping us to help the audience understand what we're actually doing.
Yeah, and a lot of this, you know, this is going all sorts of places, as you pointed out, with even referring to use in agriculture. We've discussed using it for firefighting as another example. It's an extension of our reach, and the sky's the limit.
Right.
Oh, literally.
Yeah, the sky's the limit. So here's a little philosophy question for you guys. If you could go back and tell the earlier versions of yourself who are growing up in today's age with this sort of technology available, if you could give them some advice, what would you say?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Get in early.
Get in early.
You know, it's an amazing time because of how much hacking of electronics is actually driving innovation and then pushing forward consumer products so that they're so much easier to use. The making computers so much smaller, making accelerometers so ubiquitous in everything is just giving us so much more of an ability to handle the things around us.
Well, a case in point, as far as what you would tell yourself or tell a young person is like all of us here remember the time when there weren't cell phones, and you could tell somebody, okay, we'll have these phones that can go everywhere, but and nobody at the time would realize really how important that turned out to be. And drones are in that world right now. It's the advance in the technology has gone exponential, just like it has with cell phones and things that we would never have thought were possible just even a decade or so ago are commonplace now.
Right, right. All right, so I think what we want to do now is take the first ever droney with the Inspire 1 with the two of you in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk down here with the audience, and maybe we'll go around here. You can hop off if you want. All right, there we go.
There, living dangerously.
Not the most dangerous thing you've done. So we're going to stand here, and we'll stand in the middle right here, and all of you are going to be in it. We'll all be in it. So Ferdinand here is going to take off and hover above us, and we're all going to look up and wave, and he's going to zoom off into the sky, and it'll be sort of the ultimate droney. Here we go.
Excellent.
All right. Okay, let us know when you're ready. Okay, everyone wave. Here we go. Oh, he's going to tilt the camera down. Ready? All right, wave. Here we go. Say goodbye to the Inspire 1 as it hovers. There it goes. All right. Yeah, get in the shot, Willis. Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming, all of you. And,
our pleasure.
We're going to continue mingling and socializing here for the next hour or so. Whoa, it got really quiet. Now, some of you are out on the live stream. We're going to cut the live stream here, but feel free to go to our YouTube site because we have just posted a bunch of videos about the Inspire 1.
Wait, can we keep these?
I think you can, yeah.
No way!
Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I think it just happened, yeah. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys are
Merry
gonna
Christmas.
Be the first to get them. All right, let's get a shot. All right.
I don't know if they intended to give them to us, but they're committed now.
I know. I said it live. All right. Oh, it's still up there. Cool.